Today's video is on how to make life work for you. This is such a special video because I believe everybody has a little something they would like to tweak in their life. So how do we get to this space in life where we kind of feel like life isn't working for us? How this happens is we abandon ourselves. So somewhere along the line, we have tried to please other people or do things that our society says we should do, which is against our heart and our true, authentic selves. So this happens over many, many years and normally starts in childhood. So as we grow up, what happens is our parents tell us and shape us to be who they want us to be. And we need to do this because we need their food and shelter and their love. So we do things to please them and to make them happy and to be part of the family unit. When we do this, we don't really know ourselves very well when we're young. And so we just are trying to please, and we learn to please to get love. So as we age, sometimes we tend to keep doing this pattern, which is not healthy for us and our heart and for us shining and our soul growth. So when we become our own adult, it's our time to reevaluate our life, to look at the things that we have done, and if we really agree with the conditioning that has happened to us. Is it right for us to go to college to get a career as a lawyer or business or a doctor? Or would we be happier doing something else with our lives? So we get conditioned from our parents to do things, and we think it's the right thing because that's what they want, but it's not necessarily what we want. So to start this process, and what I really think of it as is authenticity, or being honest with ourselves and being honest with others. First, it starts with you. So when we are authentic with ourselves and honest with ourselves, then we can do this with other people. So it's so important to start slow. So you're just going to analyze and ask yourself questions. And at first, just keep it to yourself unless you have somebody who's really open to talk to about all these things. So what you'll do is you'll say, do I like chicken? Yes, no. Is chicken healthy for me? Yes, no. Is this burger healthy for me? Yes, no. And what we'll find is we sometimes, as we get deeper into things, say, are you happy in your career? Are you happy in your relationship? Do you like where you live? Did you expect better in your life than where you're at today? When you start to ask these questions is where people start to lie to themselves, right? To do a coping mechanism to help them see that they are maybe not where they wanted to be, but they have settled. So people can become sort of comfortably numb. So they've had some setbacks or some failures, and they decided to settle rather than push forward for what they really wanted. And when we get into this space, we've doubted ourselves, and then in turn, our light dims. So we want our light to shine. And when we have our light shine, then we are flourishing. Our soul is growing, and our dreams and our hopes are still alive. When you let those die, sort of the soul and the light within also dies. So again, we'll be starting with the honesty with yourself. So first with the easy stuff, then it's going to be time to ask the harder stuff. So are you happy in your relationship? What's going on there that you think could be better? Is there a way you can change this? Can you be 100% yourself in your relationship? And I'm talking about yourself as truly who you are on the inside, your characteristics, your humanness that you have. This is not about my wife won't let me wear the same pair of pants 3 days in a row, or she makes me pick up my socks, right? So that kind of stuff is so minor and so superficial. That stuff doesn't matter, right? So you need to really think about the real meat of the issues. In your career, is it what you want to do? Is it something that fulfills your soul? Are you doing it just for the money and you really prefer to be a rock star? These sort of things come up, but you have to be very honest with yourself. And if you are miserable in a career for 8 hours a day, for 5 days a week, that's a lot of hours of your life of stress. Stress that is going to hurt your body and probably make you live a shorter life. And if you're unhappy, unhappy short life. So it's time to change. It's time to bring your authentic self into your career. And if you can't do that, then it's probably time for a new job, as hard as that might be to hear. And another thing we can do is, say you wanted to be the rock star, but you're an engineer. And so why not do guitar on the side, or whatever instrument you wanted to play, and play at a bar every 6 weeks? So you can parallel things so that then you can do two things. One's making the money and paying the bills, and the other is fulfilling some of your soul and creativeness that you need. There's lots of ways to do all of this. For some people, it might come into fruition where you can just go and be the rock star, right? So we have to be realistic, but at the same time, allow our soul to shine and allow our creativity, who we are, shine in everything that we do. And when we're honest with ourselves and honest with others, we will shine, things will come to us, and people will want to be around us. You don't want to be the person that's complacent, barely getting up out of bed in the morning and barely getting through the day because you're so unhappy with your life. It's time to be honest with yourself and give yourself exactly what you need, and not make that be the responsibility of someone else. You are responsible for getting your needs met, nobody else. So that is definitely a big one here. So if you're a blamer, it is nobody but your own fault. You stay in a situation that doesn't work for you. You've abandoned yourself. It's your fault. And I know this is harsh for some people to hear, but it's true. And we need to hear the reality. We need to be honest with ourselves, 100%, right? And so that takes taking the blame and the responsibility for exactly where we are at any given time. It's nobody else's fault but your own. You have choices and you have the power. When you give your power away, you have nothing, absolutely nothing, and it's not worth living. So if you want to be happier, if you want life to work for you, start being honest with yourself, move into being honest with other people, and start making your life a little bit more and more of what you really want. So if you prefer to live somewhere else, what you want to do is go on vacation there. Make sure you really love it, get to know the place, and also you get that little piece that you want in your life. When you go to a place, or when you are authentically yourself, and say a place brings it out, a career brings it out, this is not based on your career. It's not based on the place you are. It just brings something out in you that's already there. So when you're in that situation, you want to think, okay, so when I am in Connecticut, then I am this person. And you can bring that out anywhere you go. And same thing if you were a lawyer, what would that mean to you? So, who are you in that position? Because if it's your true characteristic, it's already within you, without having the career, without having the place that you live. It's in you, and you can bring it out anytime that you want. You need to take back your power and also just start creating exactly the life that you want by being honest to yourself, saying no to events you don't want to be at, stop hanging out with people you don't want to be around. If it's time for an upgrade in your life, take the upgrade. Start hanging out with other people. Hang out with people that are better than you. Learn from them. These are the things that you have to do to make life work for you. So remember, be authentic with yourself, with others, and start creating more of the characteristics